People know your worth. They're just banking on you not knowing your worth. That's why it's so important for you to love yourself no matter what stage of life you're in. It's your girl Tiffany, and this is another episode of Quoted by Tiff. Hey y'all, it's another Thursday, which means it's another episode of Quoted by Tiff. I hope y'all week has been going spectacular. Now, today we're going to be talking about knowing your worth. Worth is funny because we have people in this world that think that they should be able to put a stamp on another person's worth. For example, I'm on social media. I'm sure everybody that's watching this is, and I have this thing I do where I just kind of observe human behavior. So sometimes I don't interact. I just observe human behavior and how people respond to each other. And I'm not gonna lie, it's sickening some of the things that people say to one another. I ran across this one post where someone was telling this woman, this woman was accomplished. She had bachelor's degree, master's degree. She had her own business. She bought her house. She was taking care of her children. Her children were going to college. She was pretty stable. And there was somebody but she was a single mother. There was somebody in the comments that was telling her that she should be ashamed of herself because she has 4 kids and the father is not in the household. Let's be clear. You don't know what people's journeys entail. You don't know why people end up single. You don't know people's lives. And the way some of you guys now, the way some of you guys talk to each other online, it's not human. There's no empathy. There's no understanding. There's no compassion. And I think sometimes as a woman, you can take that to heart. And a man too. I'm not gonna not include men because they have feelings too. You can take some of that to heart, but let me tell you, don't. Never take someone else's words and put it towards yourself when it comes to your worth. They don't determine your worth. You do. They don't determine how far you'll go in this life. You do. There's no reason to internalize the things people say because it says more about them than it does about you. Life is not a linear journey. There will be ups and downs. There will be victories. There will be failures. You know, life is meant to learn lessons. And one thing I want you to understand is everybody's starting point is not the same. I could have learned something when I was 30 years old, as opposed to the next person, they were 70 years old before they learned it. We all have different starting posts. And it's sad to see that people don't understand that. You have some people that understand the concept of balance and loving yourself. And then you have some people like me who had to grow into loving themselves, into knowing their worth because I encountered many situations in my life where people would try to demean me, people would try to humble me, people would try to dim my light. And this was men and women. You know, in relationships, I would get with men who would be upset because I had more going on than they did. So they felt like they needed to humble me. They felt like they needed to take me down a peg or two. Then there's my family trying to dim my light, trying to tell me I don't need to be who I am. Everybody has a different starting post. But the main thing is that you learn your lessons and you learn to love yourself through all of those mishaps. Because no matter how many things you've been through, there will always be a victory. And you have to look at life as a way to learn and develop your sense of being. Okay, class, what did we learn? We learned that Knowing your worth is something that only you can put a stamp on. The next person can't put a stamp on your worth. You determine that. We also learned that we have to learn how to develop ourselves through the circumstances and situations that life throws at us. All of those are meant to teach us a bigger lesson. One more thing I want to add, be easy on yourself. Be nice to yourself. It's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay if you are lost. It's okay if you are trying to find your way. That's the point of learning. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for going through a time in life where you feel lost or confused. That's okay. And that is perfectly normal. Okay, y'all. I'm almost out of breath. But I hope you guys learn something or take something from what I said to you today, okay? Don't feel ashamed for not being where you want to be or not being where the next person is. Focus on yourself and your own personal development, okay? All right. And I will see you guys next Thursday on the next episode of Quoted by Tiff. I love y'all. Bye.